Start recording. Start streaming. Then we're waiting like 3 seconds or so. Stream. Stream. And we're going to make sure black text appears. Sweet. Now we're...
And we are live.
Hi. It's like I'm becoming a professional now.
Professional.
That just means you get paid for doing it.
So not even close.
We're close. We just need like you to get another 9,800 subscribers and we're set.
There you go. We've got some topics tonight.
We got 4 topics. If we can make each
5 actually.
Meme of the week.
Well, 4 topics plus a meme. One meme. Ooh. Just to emphasize how little news there was this week, I picked an article. I don't even know what the title of the article is, but the URL is androidcentral.com/how do you hold your smartphone. Peak news right there.
Super
That's
news.
What we've got. ESRB adds a loot box rating over at our friends The Verge. We've got Google and Apple working together to track you. The one thing that can get them to work together, tracking you.
You're important to them.
Yeah, you're important. That's what that means. No more emojis. Well, no more new emojis, at least. Coming in from our friends at some random website that I've probably never heard of. Looks like a local news website. And then finally, meme of the week, brought to you by, no idea where I found the meme, but it's currently hosted at Emojis. So
that's where all memes are made.
I don't know. We might play some Minecraft later.
I'll definitely be playing Minecraft, whether or not streamed or not is iffy.
I'd be cool doing it on stream because our stream's literally going to be 30 minutes, if that. Normally we get 10 topics to last for about an hour or so.
Yeah. We could definitely make this each one last 15 minutes. The biggest thing
really?
I'm worried about is if we stream Minecraft, I have to move at least the camera and the microphone.
Oh, because you don't have another webcam?
Yeah. I sold all my webcams. Literally all
yes.
of them.
So one of the things that was first to go in this shortage was webcams because everybody's moving to Zoom for work, for school, for family get-togethers even, like over Easter. So you don't normally carry webcams, do you, in your store?
No. I'll carry mice, sold keyboard, speakers. No, I've never carried webcams.
Okay, pretty much just the computers and maybe like a keyboard and mouse combo or something. I don't know.
Yes, I carry a couple keyboard
like USB drives.
But then I carry a ton of USB mice, wireless USB mice.
Gotcha.
These.
But you even sold two personal webcams because you had people come to you.
Yeah.
Just needed the webcam as soon as possible for school or work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think I've sold 4 laptops just because they had webcams on them. So it's like
wow.
People just
I didn't even consider that. Yeah.
They're like, my laptop doesn't have a webcam. I'm looking at buying a new one anyways. I got a laptop with a webcam I can sell you.
I can't sell you a webcam because I don't have any, but
I'll sell you the whole package.
Yeah, right. Don't even need a keyboard and mouse with that.
Yeah. Sweet. So this first article, how do you hold your smartphone?
I hold my smartphone with just like this.
No pinky?
With the broken screen and everything. No. I mean, I guess if I turn it like that, I do. But yeah, so I probably do hold it like that, really.
If you're texting.
Yeah.
Are you a two-hand or one-hand texter? That's the important question here.
It depends on the context. If I'm carrying something, one hand. If I'm sitting somewhere, probably 2 hands. But I can do either way.
The best part about this Android Central article is not the fact that it's the world's smallest 3 paragraphs of a article.
Yeah.
Is that these aren't even people comments. These are replies from a forum post. So the article is about some of our AC Android Central forum members recently started talking about how they hold their phones, saying And these are just screenshots of forum posts, and then that's literally the end of the article. That's so.
Yeah.
This writer saw an article on their forums and was like, or a chat.
There's
on
no
their
other
forums.
news. There's
Yeah.
no other news. So let's grab this
They have to hit the
talking
minimals.
points from our forum. And then here we are talking about them grabbing talking points from their forum because we don't have any news to share either.
Yeah.
Now, there are comments on the article that talks about how people hold their phone.
Okay, I did not see that. Is it like way?
You have to click the comments. It's underneath the very first row of ads. Someone says, I don't wrap my full hand around it. I rest the middle and the back of my fingertips, which feels like that would be very easy to drop the phone. Someone said, in my hand with a pop socket. Have you seen those pop socket things? You don't carry those pop socket things, do you?
No.
Come on.
So
come on.
I can't stand pop sockets because you can't put them on a wireless charger.
Oh, good point.
And I now have wireless charging everywhere but the seat, essentially.
Yeah.
It would be great to have one right here beside me. Oh, I think you froze.
Someone says they hold it like the photo. Oh, the photo in the article.
Oh,
yeah.
Just
I mean, like
normal you.
Yeah.
You normal, not user.
Yeah.
Normal.
How many ways can you hold a phone? Like. So that's our news article 1.
News article 2 is this will probably be the setup for the upcoming future.
Yep. And this kind of makes sense to me.
I think I'm going to switch it from the streaming room to just my computer and have the setup much more like yours.
Yep.
You know, I could actually set my stuff up to get the exact same background that you have.
So it looks like we're in the same room.
Yeah, I could rearrange.
So the slight divider in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because our houses are the same
cookie cutter.
the same build, and we're in the same room.
Yeah. Well, right now we're not. We're several feet apart.
The same room. Yeah. Several feet apart. ESRB introduces a new label to indicate that a game has loot boxes. If you don't know, ESRB stands for Entertainment Software Rating Board, and they rate video games. I don't know. Do they rate movies too?
No, that's that's another company that does movies.
Okay, gotcha. So they rate like teen or mature or PG-13.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the MSRP, but that's another
It looks like the
acronym.
MPRS, maybe? Motion Picture Rating System?
That sounds right.
Motion picture sounds right, at least.
Yeah, for a movie.
But the ESRB is adding a new label for in-game purchases, including random items.
So I found it weird that they would include the includes random items part, because that means loot box. The include random items. I don't know why.
So could that be? Go ahead.
I don't know why they wouldn't just call it in-game purchases. So when you buy a game, you're either buying the full game, or you're buying a game where you can buy more of the game in the game.
Yeah. I need to read through the article, but I wonder if that also includes things like skins or what do they call it?
Part of it says right here, the label will be applied to loot boxes, gacha games, whatever that is, item or card packs, prize wheels, treasure chests, and more. So if it includes card packs, I would think it would also include skins.
Yeah, like skins in CSGO or cosmetics, that kind of thing. Wow. I wonder if that also qualifies if you don't have to buy the loot box.
I think if it's an option at all, it would be in
Gotcha.
It would be in the title. Or not the title, the rating.
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
I'm 100% for it.
Yeah. It might be nice for them to break that out into like in-game purchases with cosmetics versus things that actually affect your gameplay.
But I've always argued that cosmetics affect your gameplay.
It depends on the game, I would say. If they can make you more hidden in a map, then yeah, they can probably affect your gameplay.
But then, like in Minecraft, hey, you can change the texture pack, so the blocks can look different, and that can affect your building style. But it can also just affect your attitude towards the game. So you can have like a creepy pack on there to make you play a different way. So even though it's not game changing, it's perception changing or something. I don't know. Interaction changing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It's like if Disney World just decorated for Christmas versus decorated for Halloween. It's the same ride, but instead of there being a spider web, there's a snow.
Yeah. Which the spider web would be scarier. Perceived as scarier.
Yeah. Depends on where you live if snow's scary or not.
And I guess they'll put that on free-to-play games too. Because a lot of the free-to-play games are the ones that have really heavy loot boxes, really heavy cosmetics, because they need to make money somehow.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but I would really like being able to go to Steam or something and seeing that there's paid products in this game.
Yeah.
Chances are that would instantly turn me off of every single game because
yeah, at a certain point, it's almost like this tag doesn't really do anything because just about every game now has in-game purchases.
Yeah. Like
at least for cosmetics.
Yeah. One really good example I have is Beat Saber, arguably the best VR game there is. Has in-game purchases, but it also has user-created maps. So you can buy the maps made by the developers. You can play the maps that are supplied free from the developers because you bought them with the original pack.
Yeah.
Or you can just go onto beatsaver.whatever and download all the user-created maps you want.
And the user-created maps might have other songs.
Yeah.
Or I guess honestly, they could probably replicate the developers' songs too.
They could even just duplicate those.
Yeah.
But I find myself playing only the user-created songs because one, they're songs that you know by people that
the people that make the user-created song map obviously listen to that song. It's a popular song.
Yeah.
Because who's going to make a map about an unpopular song unless it's in the base game?
Yeah. And then it's impossible for the artist to receive their royalties because Beat Saber's like, oh, that was user creation. That wasn't.
Oh.
So Beat Saber has a hard time, I would imagine, being able to get songs from like Michael Bublé or
gotcha
other artists out there.
That makes sense. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So you would have to rely on people who can't get caught.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's almost like the
ESRB I wonder when this comes into effect.
Don't know.
It says at the bottom, sometime in 2020.
It was originally introduced in 2018, and it will come. I guess it'll be coming into effect. So I guess there's like a board it had to be voted into.
Okay. And then at the very bottom of the article, it also says many major game publishers have also committed to disclosing loot box odds by the end of 2020, which is something totally different, but interesting.
Huh. That's very different, actually.
Yeah. I know, for example, CSGO is the game that I would be most familiar with that has loot boxes. And they have their skins. And some of the skins are worth, $100 or more. So it'd be interesting to see the odds for those items. Obviously, it's going to be extremely low.
Yeah.
And in general, buying a loot box versus just buying the skin straight up, you're probably better off buying the skin straight up, because the majority of the skins that you get are just the generic skins that are worth 4 cents.
Yeah. Man, you know what I just realized? I didn't mean to do it on purpose, but because I flip-flopped the room, so I used to be sitting right across from where the camera is. I just rotated everything.
Yes.
The TV's still in the same space, but now I look the other way. So when I look,
so we're looking at each other.
TV to look at you, I actually look at you. Mwah. Perfect. The thing to have to tear
unintentional perfection.
Yeah. Every day that happens. Perfection. Speaking of perfection,
our overlords. This video, yes,
was brought to you by Nephew Tech
and JMR Media. Check me out at jmarmedia.com. Yes, my website is back up.
Back up?
Yep. And I've been getting quite a few visits to the MultiStream page, which is where I have the MultiStream tool that we use hosted, so you can download the tool that we use there.
Do you know if by chance it's from the same person?
I could check.
Okay. Because I've told a couple people about the tool. I was like, if you want to stream to multiple places, this is the best solution.
Generally speaking, I think it's different people.
Okay.
Just judging from the headers that are sent over and IP addresses and all that jazz.
That makes sense, though.
And plus, generally, you go to it one time, download it, and then probably never visit the site again.
Holy crap, my dude. Your channel is blowing up. You're doing
Do I have actual... Am I?
360 subscribers?
Oh, that, you know. The other day, I got 100 minutes of watch time.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, did I just say 100? I meant 1,000. I think I said 100, but I meant 1,000 minutes.
You definitely said 100.
Yeah.
1,000.
Yep. And I've been getting about 350 plus views per day on average.
Man.
1 day I got, 2 days I think I got over 400, which is a record for me.
So do you make other videos still?
Nope.
No? Okay.
It's been a while. Yeah. It's probably been 4 months.
Wow.
I might have made one video in 2020. But recently the multi-stream videos really been taken off. And then I've got a video about setting up a Python server on Google Cloud that's been doing pretty good for the past couple months, but just slowly getting more and more views. But yeah, they're just all each getting a little bit more and more views over time.
Okay.
Slow and steady.
Man, I feel like it was just a few days ago that you did the 100 subscriber. Yeah. That's why when I went to your channel, I saw 360.
Yeah.
I was like, woof.
It's pretty crazy.
Blown up.
I have more viewers than or more subscribers than some of the channels I watch, you know?
Really?
Occasionally. Occasionally I'll watch a kayaking video or something.
Okay.
It's made by someone independent that has a few videos up.
It's like, yeah,
that
more
kind of
subscribers than MKBHD.
Yeah, no, not even close. I need to make a video on comparing budget wireless headsets.
How many do you have?
2.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that video has a chance to kind of skyrocket.
It probably
just because
does.
That's something that a lot of people would Google.
Yeah.
Just budget level wireless headphones or gaming headset.
Yeah. But I'll say I love the Sennheisers I have. Or Audio-Technica. I have Sennheisers also.
Okay.
I have wireless Sennheisers. But those things were like $180.
Yeah. I have these Turtle Beaches, which were about $60 or $70. And then I have a pair of, I guess it's Logitech G something or other, that were about $60 or $70. And then I have a wired pair of Turtle Beach headset that I actually like a lot. And it's convenient for listening on the phone or on the MacBook, because my wireless headsets require plugging in a USB, which the MacBook doesn't have a USB,
Okay.
and neither does the phone, obviously. And it's not using Bluetooth. The headsets aren't using Bluetooth, so I can't disconnect using Bluetooth, which is one downside of
Yeah.
these headsets.
So does it have like a big dock thing, or is it a little dongle for the
It's
wireless?
a little dongle. Let me just unplug this here now.
That's fine.
Here one is. This is the one for the Logitech. So
Oh,
it's like
okay.
the size of a USB drive.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
mine
obviously
is huge.
that doesn't plug into a MacBook.
Yeah.
And the range on these things is not great. I'd say about maybe 15 feet if you go through walls. It's
Oh.
decent, but
Not good.
not great. Better than wired though.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, that's the one reason I had bought my wireless ones, was to use it while mowing, and I could actually mow the
Okay.
entire yard and not lose signal.
Nice. Nice.
that was-
That probably comes from having the bigger
Yeah.
dongle.
Yeah, and it does a radio band. I don't know. There's 3 radio band options,
Okay.
and then it's a actual desk mount thing,
Gotcha.
but it has its own power supply and everything. So it's
Wow.
big, but
No wonder it costs $180.
yeah. Man, Apple and Google working together. And of course,
Never thought I'd see the day.
This is over at The Verge. Hashtag
Thank goodness the
sponsor us.
Verge is
Not like Android
cracking down on
Central.
them. Yeah. They actually have, wow, that's actually a lot of paragraphs.
So this is
in
a
their article.
super long article because it's a very complicated but super cool thing. I'm guessing you didn't watch the WAN show this Friday.
I did not watch the WAN show this Friday.
Man, this is pretty much all
Earlier-
they talked about.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Okay.
It does not use GPS tracking as far as I understand.
Okay.
It's all Bluetooth. So in the coming time, I don't know when, both iOS and Android, which is Google, will have an app, or it's built in, not sure, a way to opt in. So it's not a auto opt in, opt out
Okay.
option. It's you have to opt into it. And what it does is when you're walking around, so like if you got to get groceries or you have to go out to pump and get gas, it Bluetooth always looks for other Bluetooth devices. And so my phone would see your phone if we got within like 20 feet of each other.
Okay.
And the idea is that the app will log it, and then it's anonymous, as in it doesn't say my full name that lives at this address with this phone number with this social security. It just gives like user 482A7 whatever.
Yeah.
Was in contact with this person at this time, or was within contact range. And then that way, if I were to get sick or something, supposedly there's some way to report it, and then it would be able to see all the other infected users on the database side.
Or all the other people that you've come in contact with.
Yeah. And then it would be able to warn everyone like, hey, this person that you were in contact with 4 days ago just became
Just tested positive or whatever.
Yeah, just tested positive. And then you'd be like, oh no, I was sitting in my car at a drive-through, so I'm probably fine. Or
Okay.
oh, I was at a
Gotcha.
cash register, and then you might be more likely to have gotten it.
Yeah.
But from everything I've read, that's what this sounds like.
It seems like it. It says it's going to be launched in 2 phases, starting with an application or an API in mid-May,
Okay.
and then
Which is in a month.
yeah,
So this is more for like
yeah,
pandemic
you're right.
V2.
Mhm.
Hopefully, right?
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, we're not still under all this at the end of May.
That's phase
And then phase 2 looks like actually adding this to the core iOS and Android, I guess,
Yeah.
operating systems.
So
Which it doesn't have a date, it doesn't look like, but
yeah,
sometime in the future.
So at the end of March, essentially, when our state was like,
Yep.
would
Stay
you have
inside.
opted in?
Probably not at the end of March.
Would you have opted in at any point between then and now? Or would you have been... I don't know if you went outside since the end of March.
I haven't really been going outside. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
So probably not. Other than kayaking, I haven't really been out too much.
Okay.
Maybe been to the grocery store once or twice, but
okay. And then for archival reasons, the end of March was about 2 weeks ago. So if I'm watching this 3 years in the future.
Yeah, right.
It's been about 2 weeks since the state lockdown at this point.
If you're watching this after we become famous.
Yeah. Long time ago when you're like, whoa.
So in 2020, there was this virus that was spreading like crazy across the entire world. It was called the coronavirus or COVID-19. Look it up. There's a great Wikipedia article about it, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
or a Wikipedia article.
I think I would have turned it on probably once the state lockdown happened. Once lockdown started happening, I would have turned it on. Once like there were reports of people within the county getting sick.
Yeah.
Then I would have hit it on. But like I see 3 to 4 people every day at work still.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to know like, hey, 3 days ago one of your customers that you worked on their computer, they now are testing positive. You're like, great.
So looking at this article, it says, what happens if you're infected? It's right at the bottom of your screen. It says if you test positive for COVID-19, the system is supposed to upload your last 14 days of anonymous keys to a server. Other people's phones will automatically download the key lists, and if they have a matching key in their history, they'll get an exposure notification. So as you're going around, if I come into contact with you, it looks like I get your key.
Which is to keep it anonymous.
Yep. So rather than saving his name or his Gmail account or whatever, I just save his anonymous key. And then if I test positive in the future, I upload all of these keys that I came into contact with to the server, or my phone does, you opt in and your phone uploads the keys. And then I guess anyone who has those keys gets notified.
That's what.
And then anyone who's come into contact with those people who have those keys may also get notified.
Which I think would be really cool. I think that's a really good way and to also keep privacy.
And then it also points out another potential issue with this. It says the app will need to make sure that people are really infected, though. Otherwise, a troll could cause chaos by falsely claiming to have COVID-19. We don't know exactly how this will work. Which is, we've talked about the guy who pulled the wagon with 99 smartphones in it around.
Now,
and caused traffic jams on Google Maps. So someone could do something similar here.
Yeah, because then like the two big problems I see is that the way to authenticate if it is like a doctor did diagnose you positive, how do you like authenticate that the doctor, how does that work? So they're like the testing stations would have to have some kind of extra key also to like submit. Which is one vulnerability point. But the other one is like if like you have to go to a hardware store to get a new faucet because your faucet bust or something. So you go to the hardware store and then unlucky you, stomach turns and you need to use the public restroom. The COVID-19 supposedly sits in the air. So if you use the restroom, you can potentially exchange bodily fluids. And then how does that?
Yeah. Because so you're not necessarily coming into like 6-foot contact with somebody, but you're going where they
where they were
previously.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could have been someone from 5 minutes ago, but it could have also been someone from 2 hours ago if there was no proper cleaning, which there's probably not been proper cleaning.
Yeah.
Like you could try your best, but then it's you could still get infected without being near anyone. But it's a cool tool nonetheless. I would definitely use it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially like because you had mentioned a paramedic coming in to get a computer worked on. And the paramedics pretty likely to have come into contact with someone who's
And if
got
even
it
if
at
they
some
didn't
point.
become in contact with someone, they could have been somewhere like a hospital where a lot of other people were in contact.
Yeah.
Because it might not have been on the person, but it could have been on that person's clothes. And when they used their butt to open a door or something, it could have been put on the handle. And then there's a million ways to transport a disease. I don't know. It all makes me kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Man, you said we couldn't do it. We went through 3 topics, and it's been 30 minutes. That's 10 minutes a topic. Not including...
Not 15.
Not quite 15. But this will be longer than last week's and the weeks before
that. Yeah, right?
And the week before that.
And we still have another article. And boy, is it short.
It's sad.
There won't be any new emojis in 2021 due to coronavirus.
Let's see if I find another news source that says this. They're all just...
The Unicode Consortium, a nonprofit that oversees emoji standards and is responsible for new releases, said it's delaying its new batch of emojis by 6 months from March to September 2021 because of fallouts from coronavirus. So hopefully the emojis will be approved, I guess, around September, but that means that the operating systems and the different platforms won't have time to, I guess, come up with their own art for the emojis in 2021, which is why it's saying they won't come out in 2021.
So a couple of really weird things I found about this is that they don't have just like a standard art for emoji. Like they can't just like, the smiley face is free for every platform to use and every app maker to use and every anyone can use this emoji for free. That to me is astonishing. I thought that there would be like a default standard that was just open that didn't look like garbage.
Yeah, and there's websites out there
that are free for anyone to use.
Will tell you like all the different emojis on different platforms. So probably if you look up an emoji, if you go to Emojipedia,
that's where I usually find.
It will show you what the emoji looks like on different operating systems. So there's one for Apple, one for Google, one for Microsoft, one for Samsung, one for WhatsApp, one for Twitter, one for Facebook, one for Joy Pixels, which is a company that I guess did the art as well for the emojis. And I think Joy Pixels sells licenses to their emojis. OpenMoji, Emoji Dex, Messenger, LG, HTC, Mozilla, SoftBank, Docomo, and AU by Kidai, whatever that is. There's like a ton of different emojis. Each company's doing their own art, basically.
Yeah. And then the other big thing that I didn't realize was how long it took to implement an emoji.
How long does it take?
They didn't say it, but they said that it'd probably be September before they can get them passed. And it wouldn't be at time to get them in 2020. So if they do it in September, so then you have October, November, December. So it takes more than 3 months to get an emoji from being approved from this to being put into the world.
Yeah.
To me, that's hard to believe.
As someone who's worked at a bigger company, it's not hard for me to believe.
It's not hard for you to believe?
No. Stuff just takes longer when you got to go through all those approval processes. And there'll be countless changes to these emojis probably for each service.
You don't think that there's an entire team dedicated to emoji artwork, though?
Oh, I'm sure there is, yeah.
So it's like, hey,
I'm
we
sure
need
there is.
20 emojis. And so that team grinds out 20 emojis in 2 months. It should be able to be shot through. And it should be ready for Christmas.
Yeah, but there's like 100 emojis that they're adding, I think. Somewhere in there it mentions 117 emojis, but I think that's talking about the emojis that were announced earlier in January.
Yeah. Now, the other argument for the amount of emojis is a lot of them might be the same emoji, but with a different color.
True. Or a different gender.
Yeah. So like you have the yellow hand, French hand thing here, but then you have the white, the pale brown, darker brown, black. And it's just like a...
And then the same for the ninjas, the same for the Santa Claus guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't argue that that's 5 different emojis. That's one emoji with 4 different paint bucket fills on top of it. But I might be wrong. It may be super complicated to make an emoji.
I think it's probably just difficult getting through that corporate process of getting them approved, more so than it is the actual art.
Yeah. Huh. Don't know. If you make emojis for a company for a living,
let us know.
How hard your job is.
Hop on the stream.
Yeah, come complain with us. I feel terrible.
Oh, it's fine. We got one meme of the week.
It is the meme of the week, not
memes of the week.
Memes of the week. Now, I have seen this one. I'm not sure if I saw it from our chat.
Probably so. So everybody's moving to online classes, right? Classes online. Teacher, how can I turn up the volume? The student, of course, press Alt F4, which obviously closes the teacher's window. Ha ha ha. Everybody laughs, except the teacher. The teacher's probably pretty salty when they come back.
They're probably
I've definitely done that to people. I've definitely done that to people playing games though before.
Really?
Like, yeah. How do I turn on the engine of this vehicle? Oh yeah. Alt F4. They leave.
Hey guys, watch this.
Yeah. When they disconnect, you know it worked.
Yeah. Now, I actually used Zoom this past week, believe it or not.
Okay, must have been a family thing.
No, that's the interesting part. City Hall meeting.
Oh.
They did the meet. That way, during the public open question time, anyone could ask questions.
That makes sense, rather than it being just a live stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
One very interesting thing I found about it was I didn't realize that you could do a text chat while doing the video chat also. Like how pretty much every other platform lets you do it. I didn't realize that was also a Zoom feature. And it's super nice to be able to talk to people during a public meeting to be like, hey, what does this number mean? Or
so rather than multiple people talking like audibly in the room, you just have a side conversation going on in chat.
Yeah. And then it's like super rude to have your phone out in a public meeting. So you can't really just
you can't be like texting the person next to you.
But you can ask everyone else that's watching the meeting through a text. Is that $83 or 83 cents on the board?
Oh, okay.
Because I just I'm blind apparently. And then ended up being someone answered with their voice instead of text, but that's fine.
Okay.
But it's nice to have the ability to have different forms of communication all available at the same time. I thought it was
Were there
cool
a lot of people interrupting the voice?
No. So during the actual town city meeting, town or city, anyone who wasn't on the board, so anyone who's not supposed to talk, was forced muted.
Gotcha.
So that way it was only like the people that should talk can.
Yeah.
But then anyone could type in chat, but no one did because
okay. Gotcha.
Why? There's not there's no 12-year-olds in the video chat.
Yeah.
They're welcome to, but It's a city meeting. It's not that interesting. Man, I can't believe we made it.
42 minutes. That's about as long as some of our other streams, actually.
Yeah, that's closer in line. Apparently, Barnacles started doing tech talks again. Not sure if you saw that. I haven't watched any of the new ones, but his are like 3 hours.
3-hour live streams?
Yeah. So there's one.
Are
3
they
hours
podcasts or are they gaming?
They're like this.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're in their own homes.
Okay.
But then yeah, it's like 3 hours,
I know
3.5 hours.
Wow, that is pretty long. I know a lot of people who stream games on Twitch stream for,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 hours. But that's different than like podcasting about the news or even an actual topic.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna.
Joe Rogan's. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say he's only on episode 10, so I'm probably gonna sit down this week and start watching those. Because I'll
Catch
be able
up
to
on that.
Yeah, I'll be able to get through one a week or so, or not one a week, one a day or so.
Yeah. I know Joe Rogan's podcasts, and he podcasts about non-tech stuff most of the time.
Yeah.
But his podcasts range anywhere from an hour to 3 hours, just depending on the guest and how interesting whatever there is talking about.
Now, I'd argue that Joe's is more of an interview than a podcast per se.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
But I also don't watch that many podcasts. Most of the time, the podcast style I watch is this, where it's just a conversation about whatever they want to talk about. And Joe doesn't seem to put his opinion in as much. It's more of him just feeding the other person to talk.
Which is actually a really good way to do it, because you see Joe in every episode, but you don't see the person he's interviewing every episode. So, yeah, that's a good way to do it. Right? Does that make sense?
You don't see the person he's interviewing.
Not every episode. Because he interviews different people.
Oh, okay. Like as in they're not on the show. I thought you meant you don't see them as in, like, you don't know who he's interviewing.
Like there's always video. Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
I was like, what do you mean you don't see them?
They're invisible. He interviews ghosts all the time, man.
We can just do it like this. We just like, there we go.
Yeah. So good podcast tonight, guys. Got a lot of news, and well, we made a lot out of our little news.
We're getting better at talking. That's what it is.
Yeah. So you want to hop on over to Minecraft? I'll probably stream maybe on I don't know, maybe this channel, maybe a different channel. This podcast went long enough, so
okay.
I'm cool with it.
Do you want to stream separately and then just voice chat, or do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
Separately, I think would be more convenient. Actually, it'd be a good test to see if I can actually stream from this internet.
I can stream from mine. It's fine.
Yeah.
If you want, you can
stream.
Sit in the garage.
Right?
I'll leave the door open for you.
Yeah. I'll sit in your kayak and play games.
Yeah. I'll put a little. You probably sit in your car. I'll just throw an extension cord out.
Hey, that works.
I'll sanitize.
Now we'll see if I can stream from here.
Sweet. It'll take me a few minutes. I have to stand up.
Yeah. How laggy is my video to you? Is it smooth or pretty choppy?
It's pretty choppy.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I figured. The voice sounds really good, but the voice sounds a lot better than it did last week.
Holy crap.
But the video is still a little bit choppy.
The voice is way better than it was last week. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Now,
I did not attempt to watch last week's video because it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago was really good, but
yeah, this week sounds a lot better. But yeah, your video is super choppy. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah.
But then my voice also looks my mouth movement doesn't like it matches my audio, but I'll have to see that after the stream. But then yeah, you look like you have like 12 to 18 frames a second.
Probably so, yeah. It looks like half of that on my end because I'm watching mine recorded from yours back to mine. So it looks really bad.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I wonder if Discord might be a problem. I wonder if doing...
Maybe we should try Zoom or something else next week.
Or even like Skype. I wonder if Skype's lighter because it's in the browser.
Rather than, yeah, it would not surprise me.
But I don't know which would be
It's
the
worth a try.
lightest way to do it. I could always just like video call you through Google Hangouts on my phone and then just
Yep.
hold you up.
Yep. That would work. Audio quality would probably be awful.
I just don't like.
Yeah,
Alright, sweet.
sure. Well, we'll talk about that next week.
If there's tech
Bye-bye.
news, am I right?
If something happens in the world ever.
Yeah, something will happen. I'm sure of it.